The 1st of June is observed as International Children's Day. But in Kyiv, the day started with news of the death of a 9-year-old girl. She and 2 others were killed in the latest barrage of Russian missile strikes on the Ukrainian capital. Nearly a year and a half since the war began, it's become every Ukrainian parent's worst nightmare.
We could have never imagined that we'd be attacked on Children's Protection Day and that children would die. To me, as a mother, this is the most horrible thing I can imagine happening to a child. We sympathize the parents of this child. It's horrible when people die, but children dying is the most terrible thing that can happen.
The pace and intensity of these assaults are picking up. Thursday's attack on Kyiv is the 18th in the past 4 weeks. The war, or at least its optics, seem to be getting closer to the Russian capital too. A series of armed drones were again intercepted over Moscow on Wednesday. The Kremlin says the attacks were attempted by Ukraine's forces. Kyiv hasn't accepted responsibility. Meanwhile, in neighboring Moldova, Ukraine's president pushed European leaders to make a clear decision on his country joining NATO and the EU.
I would like to emphasize, in summer in Vilnius at the NATO summit, the clear invitation to membership for Ukraine is needed, and the security guarantees on the way to NATO membership are needed. In fall, on our accession to the EU, clear positive decision is needed, and we are also preparing for peace summit, which will guide the world majority to implement the joint peace formula. And it is a global needed. The time has come, and the doubts must vanish.
NATO says there's still a lot of specifics to be ironed out.
The details, how this will be done, what kind of mechanisms, that remains to be decided. But the idea of preventing history from repeating itself, preventing President Putin from continue to be able to chip away at European security, that's the aim.
And while politicians decide what to do next, Ukrainian civilians bear the brunt of this brutal war. Rahul Radhakrishnan, TR2 World.